All right, I want to talk about a new narcissist tactic that I'm starting to figure out. This one is called tenderizing, and what that means is they most of your narcissists in your life. It's hard to really understand. Listen, if you're to the point where you understand it's a narcissist, chances are you got history now. You know what I'm saying? And you had to find out through. A narcissist is not going to come out and frickin' say, "Yeah, I'm a narcissist. You want to be my best friend?" We can, a narcissist loves what you call a commiserator. A first thing you know, if you're exhibiting narcissism in yourself, you'll find yourself talking constantly about other people. If you're kind of if you're halfway out of narcissism, you'll be hard on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because deep down, in the conscience, you really know how bad of stuff that you've really done, and you're gonna be conflicted and tormented about it for a while, and that's good. That means it's like, listen, it's like you put your conscience to sleep, and you rationalized it, and you dumbed it down and numbed it. You got to bring it back to life, and when you bring it back to life, it's kind of, you're not used to using it, so it really hurts you. And see, this is exactly what these people try to capitalize on, is that, okay, listen, it's like, before they even start a conversation with you, they're gonna either straight away hit something that's traumatic. They're gonna they'll be like, "Hey, you remember your uncle who raped you? Can I borrow $5?" In a way, it's like that. They'll throw up a trauma, knowing, for the most part, when people are totally unaware or they think they're unaware of what they're doing, it's like, what it is, see, that person is so broken and messed up that they have to get you on their mindset before they can engage in a conversation, because if they didn't do this, they wouldn't get their attention, their narcissistic supply. Basically, narcissistic supply means like an issue, a debate, a fight, an argument. Go ahead, make my day. It's kind of like you're sitting back, go ahead, make my day. But listen, you can't outrightly come at someone and just pick a fight with them without exposing that. Like, look, there's really something wrong with you. And that's not saying that as a deflection, redirection, misdirection tactic. Like, no, like literally, sometimes people do things and it's like, whoa, something's really wrong with you right now. You're sick spiritually and psychologically and emotionally, and you're not thinking soberly. You're so freaking angry. There's no way you're thinking soberly. So these people love to, before they start the conversation, which really is going to be this passive aggressive, micromanaging, vampy, psychological terrorism kind of, in a way. See, what they do is they mystify you. First, they get you with the shock. Like, look, where you go into the shock from the trauma. Then they try to be like, look, then they give you the Stockholm. Oh, I love you. Oh, this is the only reason. I only say that because I care. Like, one of the things, look, I love it. It was in Gad. And it's like, beware of those who should want false concern. Like, these days, you got to watch out for clergy response team, the care squads, the care brigade, shit like that. I mean, they'll try. That's one way the enemy can get in and learn your traumas. Listen, that's what they want. That's why they say, "Voice to me, I'll be your confidant." You tell them the key to the combination to your heart and mind, and they can get in there and wreak havoc, and they can find your baggage, your fugitive in your heart. It's basically like this dude. He says this. He says there's either three choices. It's you, God, or the bad guys that the voices come from. The voice from yourself is your conscience, and then the bad guy's critical thoughts, temptation. God gonna compel you to do the right thing. And he'll stop you from doing things like that. Where it's like, look, it's like if you're gonna go into someone's traumas, it's like if you don't build them up, you know what I'm saying, before you get traumatic. If you just go, hey, it's like, hey, are you jacking off, man, when you're listening to me explain these painful, traumatic experiences I went through? I noticed that. I mean, listen, I know that was harsh terminology, but that's really what they act like sometimes. It's like they do get some kind of psychological, sexual, they get off on it. You know what I'm saying? And that's another. And then again, if you get mad at them for it, once again, they still get supply. Like I was realizing, like, look, as much as we talk about the narcissists behind their back, if they were here listening to this, they would just be loving it. They would just be rubbing it all over themselves. They would love to be basking the attention that they're getting, even though it's negative. And it kind of sucks. Here's the thing. It's like, I don't need your validation necessarily. I appreciate people who are they're just like me. They're just trying to get it off them chest. And they put certain experiences out there. So then, therefore, it's less traumatic, and it's not like an interrogation where someone's trying to, like, they put this fucking light behind their head and they start asking questions in a very, it's like they're trying to tenderize the meat. It's like there's this hammer with all these little teeth on it, and you fucking beat the meat really hard with this thing, and it tenderizes the meat. And in a way, they're looking inside of you for that hammer with that teeth on there so they can tenderize your freaking heart and your mind and get you off sobriety of being calm, collective, cool, at peace. So if they're trying to prick your heartstrings and they're really trying to vibrate the pain, broken, traumatic, but yet they're not doing that to heal. They're doing it for a different reason. They're trying to bypass your conscious mind, access the subconscious. So now when they get passive aggressive and they do a backhanded compliment, you won't be able to take it right. You'll take it to heart because look, they just bypassed your fucking defenses. And now they got you wide open and you don't even know it. You'll spill your freaking beans to these people and they didn't reveal to you really anything. They just tricked you into giving up your pearls, or it says let no man take your crown by any means. In a way, you know what I'm saying, you give them your crown so they can snatch it from you. In a way, I mean, it's not that you can't get another crown in a way, but look, you're tarnished. That's their whole intention, because look, it increases more trauma. You become more deactivated. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what they're trying to do. They're not trying to. It's like the better part is deactivated. The worst part is agitated, then activated. It's almost like shaking a hungry freaking werewolf's cage and then shaking it, and then splashing them with a pint of blood or with a bucket of blood, then opening the door. And this thing's just going to come out of there, Tasmanian devil. And they like to set it up that there's an audience, or that they have it on a written dialogue like text message or hidden cameras. It's the whole Q-bark strategy of it's cyber, man. It's using your mind to trick people into making themselves look bad. Like that's like that movie 7, where the whole thing was set up to get the guy who's trying to catch him into becoming a murderer, and he gave him all the reason to do it, and the dude became a part of this guy's fucking his plan, his plot, and his scheme. And this is the same manner that these type of villains work, because I'm deep into the psychological too, but there's a point for me. I'm not a sadist. You know what I'm saying? I might get tendencies like, yeah, I'd like to sock them right really hard in the stomach so they go, "Huh." You know what I'm saying? But that's just my macho, pridely, older man that still sometimes likes to throw in a temptation every now and then. And I'm pretty good at not doing that. But anyway, yeah, tenderization. It means they're it's kind of like the Manador effect. They Manador you and use this fucking rag to make you look over there, then they stab you with the other hand.